It's a beautiful Italian motor car. It's very elegant. I guess ahead of its time, really, in terms of motoring. It was my 21st birthday present. So that's how long I've had it. Not long.
My childhood days, oh Lord, a minute. My childhood days, oh Lord, a minute. My childhood days, oh Lord, a minute.
When I was 18, 19, 20, I didn't want a modern car. I'd seen a few vintage cars and decided that I really liked the look of them. And so my brother-in-law who lived, and my sister who lived in near Hamilton, Victoria, a lot of old cars on the land there. So Ian, my brother-in-law, helped me research into various cars, and we found this one which was going and for sale. And really that's how I ended up with it. My friend Sue and I and two of friends from the Vintage Sports Car Club drove over to Warrnambool, and Sue and I drove it back to Adelaide.
Ori, what are we in?
This is a classic.
This is maybe it's a veteran.
It is a
vintage. What is
vintage? Vintage.
So it's a 1927 Lancia Lambda. So this was the first of the monocoupe that Vincenzo Lancia brought out, and this is something unreal.
We've just gone for a drive in the vehicle with the original owner, Robin, who used to drive it. This was her daily drive car.
At the age of 21, she bought this car because she said she didn't want a modern car, so she bought a second-hand Lancia.
And she said she couldn't afford the Rolls Royce at the time.
So
this is the equivalent of the Rolls Royce,
so
really.
21-year-old girl driving this huge Lancia.
And through the Adelaide Hills. Look how big the back is. It's a saloon.
It's a huge car.
It's just gorgeous. An absolute lounge to it. And we were lucky enough to go for a drive with Robin, which was fantastic.
And just everything about it. I mean, some of the things we don't even know. I'm not sure what this is. This could be...
the original gauges, which are absolutely beautiful.
And, you know, pressing the clutch, for example, that's actually nice and easy.
You can't reach me.
No, well, I can't.
And that's why we've got Mick's trusty pillow.
Mind you, there are blocks on the clutch and the brakes to help Robin reach as well. Look, it is something really turning back the time.
Oh, this is part of motoring history. Absolutely.
You know? And Lancia back then were one of the better manufacturers. And technology, it's got a V4, V4 engine, four-wheel brakes. It's, for back then, 1927, and I think they came out a bit earlier than that. But absolutely fantastic. And beautiful inside. It sits about 7 people.
Yep, seven-seater. The original seven-seater.
Yeah, forget the SUVs of today. This is the original seven-seater. The turning circle, it turns on a dime.
What, 3-point turn Robin did here in this little yard.
Mario's done something about the caster or whatever, and it's got independent front suspension. So Vincenzo Lancia design independent front suspension back then.
In
Which-
the 1920s.
So don't forget, when it comes out in 1927, the design and the thoughts are, a few years before that.
I mean, I'm not sure if you can see in the background of this shot at all, but this where we are has got a bit of motoring history.
It certainly
We've
has.
got a 1921
That's a 24.
Amel French made in
Amel
France.
car?
Amel car in the background. So this
Hopefully we'll get to see that a bit more in
just
detail.
unbelievable, the history of motoring when you come here
It is something.
in a
It
private
really,
collection. Very lucky to see it.
and you see these modern cars and you think, oh, that's fantastic. And I mean, something like this, apart from motoring history, it's not modern. You get in these things and you feel
There is
different. You smile on your face without actually driving it. And it's good because it's not in a museum.
No, correct.
So this is actually someone's car. She drives it still.
She knows every
knows
button, every little nook in the engine bay. Unbelievable. The spare parts in the garage for this
Even
car.
the starting process or procedure, it's a theatre just starting the car.
Fantastic.
Look, it's something. And, as I said, it's not in a museum. So to see it on its own is certainly something.
Yep. In its natural environment. What it was made to do, to actually see it. It's great. And the little drive we went on, just the people looking, just turned heads. So, you're on the head turner. I think
It's
Lancia
certainly
is
a
definitely one
turner,
of those.
but for the right reasons as well. So we love it. We
No.
love it.
Robin, don't you like these guys that don't know cars?
My childhood days, all automatic.